Hello, welcome. I'm Joe Francisco, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about love languages, how to recognize a love language, and how to use love languages to strengthen our relationships. Everybody has love languages, all different kinds of love languages, but there are five main love languages that we talk about today, and they are quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, gifts, and physical touch. Now, I would say that all of us enjoy all of these five love languages to some varying degrees, but there is also a concept that we prefer certain love languages over others, and that is mainly when it comes to how we like to be loved. So some of us prefer acts of service over words of affirmation or vice versa. And that's usually what that means is that is how we like to be loved. So before I go into that, we can quickly talk about the different love languages just in case you don't know about them or we want to recap. So just a quick recap of the love languages. There is acts of service. So acts of service is when you do some sort of service for the other person, and it can be as little as taking the garbage out for them or cleaning for them or running an errand for them. Those types of services are acts of service, and they can be very loving and ways that we show love and support our partners or the relationships in our life. So that's acts of service. The other one is words of affirmation. So, using our words, whether verbally or in writing, and just, showing our love, whether it's saying, I love you, or saying, I appreciate you, I'm grateful for you, I'm proud of you. All of those types of words of affirmations are forms of love. And, a lot of us get that from our parents, some of us more than others, but some of us enjoy those words of affirmations being given to us more than others as well. And before I go into the other acts of service, love languages, we can talk about how a lot of times our favorite love languages are what we crave the most. And it might not be something that we enjoy giving the most, but it's more so that we crave that love language the most. So a lot of times people who, didn't get a lot of words of affirmation growing up from their parents and their partners, they crave that kind of form of love given to them. And the same goes for acts of service and the other ones as well. So the other love languages would be quality time. So this is a big one and a common one, just spending personal one-on-one time with people that you love, whether it's just hanging out and watching a movie together or going for a walk together or just sitting and having a good conversation. There's a lot of different ways that you can have that quality time. A lot of times it means the one-on-one, being close to one another, but it can also mean like FaceTiming someone or video chatting with someone and having quality time where you share your time, you share your presence and energy with someone else. So quality time is another big one as well. We can also go into gifts. So gifts, big and small, can be a great way to show love and receive love. It doesn't always have to be a big extravagant gift or a big expensive gift. Even the little gifts can mean a lot to people, and that is definitely a form of showing love, from flowers to jewelry to cards, or just even something that you like, flowers picked from the garden or something, like some sort of gift, whether big or small, is definitely a love language. And then the last one would be physical touch. So that can also mean, something like not just sex, but holding hands, cuddling, kisses on the cheek, kisses on the forehead, and any kind of physical touch is a great way to show love as well. So those are the five main love languages. acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and physical touch. Now, I may go into each love language in more detail, or we can talk about each one in more detail in another video, but those are basically the five main love languages. Some people are bringing out more love languages, different kinds of love languages like emotional love language or spiritual love language. And, there's a lot of different ways that we show love to one another, whether it's a romantic partner or a friend or family members or even to ourselves. There's a lot of different ways that we show love, but these five main love languages that I just spoke on are the most common ones that are spoken on and talked about today. So we'll just focus on those. But also I did want to talk about how to recognize the love languages and how to use them to strengthen your relationships or our relationships, because it's one thing to know about the love languages, and I know people who, some people just dismiss the love languages and just say, oh, that's a bunch of woo-woo, or obviously those are love languages, I don't know what the big deal is about love languages. I have heard those types of comments, and to some degree, they are right. Like, obviously everybody likes quality time, everybody likes gifts, everybody likes physical touch, acts of service, and words of affirmation. But the point of bringing up the love languages is that you can begin to identify which love languages resonate with you, so that you can better know thyself, better know yourself, so I can better know myself. And this can help strengthen our relationships, because once you know and can recognize which love languages are the most important ones for yourself, but also for other people, you can use that to your advantage to strengthen the partnership, strengthen the relationship. Obviously, you do need to be a bit more communicative about it. So, with your partner, you can ask them what their love languages are, which ones would they prioritize over other ones. For example, I do prefer words of affirmation and quality time and acts of service, and obviously physical touch and gifts as well. But I would say that those first ones, to me personally, are more important, or I value them more than something like gifts. But obviously I enjoy getting gifts. Everybody enjoys getting gifts, but I wouldn't say that gifts are more important to me than the other ones. And it's not about being more important or not, it's just what we prefer to receive in the form of love. Now, I would much rather give a gift than I would receive one. I don't know why, I feel sometimes awkward when I receive a gift, but I love giving gifts, whether they're big ones or small ones. Whether they're expensive or not, I do like showing my love with gifts, but obviously in the other ways too. And usually the best ways that or the more natural ways that we give love and show love are the love languages that resonate with us the most. So if words of affirmation is the top one for me in terms of how I like to get love, then that's actually what I kind of default to in how I show love to other people, or quality time or acts of service or any of the other ones. But just because those love languages are important to us doesn't mean that they're as important or valued or prioritized the same way by other people. So once we begin to recognize which love languages are, in terms of hierarchy, more valued by us and other people as well, we can then begin to meet them halfway. We can begin to understand how other people like to be loved and prefer to be loved, and meet them there. We can also be more open and assertive about how we enjoy being loved. So I do, encourage you to kind of look within and maybe write it down, journal. If you watched my last video, I did talk about journaling, but maybe journal about your love languages and which ones resonate with you the most. That way, you kind of can love yourself better, which is very important. But also with relationships, if if you need a partner to communicate more and give you more words of affirmation, you can ask for that, right? And obviously it's a two-way street, so you want to ask them what their love languages are, which ones resonate best with them, and use that information to show them love better too. If your partner is really resonating with physical touch, but you maybe don't like physical touch very much, or it's at the bottom of your hierarchy, well, you guys need to meet halfway, and you should still make an effort to show that person their main love languages as much as possible. That's how you use love languages. Once you recognize them, you can use them to strengthen all your relationships, whether it's romantic partners, but also friends and family. And it doesn't always have to be in a romantic way. Friends and family like to receive love as well, and so do we ourselves, right? So loving yourself and showing yourself love is also very important. So if your main love language is gifts, then you should make a habit of giving yourself a gift once in a while. Obviously, don't go and break the bank on yourself or anyone else, but little things to treat yourself, to show yourself love, are very important. And the same thing goes for acts of service or words of affirmation. Maybe write yourself a love note, or use positive affirmations to strengthen your mind and your love for yourself. I also made a video on positive affirmations as well, if you want to check out, which I'll be making more out of soon. But this video is about love languages and recognizing which love languages resonate the best with you, resonate the best with your partner, so that you can be more open and communicate that to your partner, to your friends, to your family, and to all the relationships in your life, including yourself, so that you can be loved better, and so that you can understand them better as well and love them better as well. So don't just dismiss love languages. I know it can be kind of an emotional, tapping into your feminine energy kind of thing, but it can be a very strong, powerful tool as well if you learn to recognize it and learn to use it properly. So do a little research, dig within yourself, have a little fun with your partner, with your friends and family, and ask them about their love languages if you want, and get to know them better, get to know yourself, and you'll start to feel and see that this can actually improve your relationships quite a bit, because you will be receiving love, the best love, your most favorite types of love, and you'll also be more conscious about giving love, giving more love, and giving the right types of love to the right types of people. So that's what I wanted to talk about love languages. I hope this has inspired you to look into it a little bit more, to look into yourself a little bit more, to communicate with the relationships and the partners and the friends and the family members a little bit more, and have some fun with it. And I hope that this brings more love into your life, and it helps you give more love in your life as well. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the episode. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be putting out more videos. Definitely check out my other videos that I've been putting out, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching.